A very good morning to our honorable lecturer, Madam Nadia Binti Abdullah, and my dear fellow friends. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kirtana Tirumurugan. Today, our group 5 is going to present our research entitled Tourism Industry Sustainability During COVID-19 in the Perspective of Performance of Hotel Management in Malaysia. So, first and foremost, I would like to start my presentation with the background of study. The impact of the COVID-19 epidemic on the tourism industry is projected to be enormous, far exceeding the epidemics that the world has experienced in recent decades. In the face of a serious epidemic affecting on a global scale, many countries around the world have come up with urgent solutions to save the economy, as such as lowering the interest rates, giving big bailouts to the support businesses, stimulating consumption by the Nguyen Hong Tian 2020. So, in our research, firstly, the hotel management should provide the proper training to all staffs who are working under hotel management. Secondly, the hotel management may use the social media to spread the word naturally and provide a private website of their own hotels. Thirdly, in order to differentiate the hotel standards, they might provide free swab tests for local tourists. Fourthly, the hotel management also need to increase their performance by personalized customer service to the guest.
A very good morning, madam. My name is Puvarasi, daughter of Raman. Today, I'm going to explain about problem statement. The first problem statement of this research is to keep sustainability of tourism industry on COVID-19 pandemics. We want to give our point of view and some of ways on how to keep sustainability of tourism industry. And we also want to focus of hotel performance of hotel management. And secondly, these numerous studies have been focusing on the effect of COVID-19 on tourism industry. And the thirdly, limited studies have been identify the importance of the sustainable development concept in solving the problems of local tourism system development in growing.
Good morning, madam. My name is Hemavati. Today, I am going to present about research objective and research question. First, what is research objective? Research objective described as what we expect to achieve by a project. So, our first objective is to investigate safety measure of a hotel management performance in COVID-19 pandemic. The second objective is to evaluate customer satisfaction of hotel management. Third, to explore the hotel quality accommodator of hotel management in COVID-19 pandemic. And the research question defined as have to help or address a research problem. The research question is first, what is relationship between safety measure and hotel management performance in COVID-19 pandemic? Second, does customer have a satisfaction of performance of hotel management? Third, what are the hotel quality accommodate in COVID-19 pandemic?
A very good morning to Madam Nadia. My name is Gerald Carter. So now I'm going to explain on our literature review based on our studies. So as you can see from the table, the researchers is four of us, the group members, Ms. Kirtana Tirumurugan, Nithipa Rajananthan, Hemavati Ganesan, and Puvarasi Dr. Raman. We have made this research in the year of 2021 with the title is Tourism Industry Sustainability During COVID-19 in the Perspective of the Performance of Hotel Management in Malaysia. In our research, we are going to identify the performance of the hotel management on sustaining the tourism industry in Malaysia. In our research, we have used two types of variables, which is dependent variable and also independent variable. So as for the dependent variable is the performance of the hotel management. The independent variable 1 is the safety measures. Independent variable 2 is the customer satisfaction. And number 3 is the quality accommodation. In our research, we have used a quantitative method. And this method is known as a method which focus on quantifying the collection and analyzing of data. So we have used an online Google Form survey where we have to distribute our Google Form link through the WhatsApp and also the Insta. And we have contacted on 120 Malaysian citizens. As for our findings, we have found out that there is a positive relationship between the safety measures and the performance of hotel management. Secondly, there is a positive relationship between the customer satisfaction and also the performance of hotel management. Thirdly, is the relationship between the quality accommodation and performance of hotel management. In overall, we can conclude that the most having positive relationship between is the first independent variable, which is safety measures, who is having a most positive relationship between the safety measures and also our performance of hotel management. So next on, I'm going to continue our research framework. As I mentioned earlier, the dependent variable is the performance of hotel management. The independent variable 1 is the safety measure. The independent variable 2 is the customer satisfaction, and the independent variable 3 is the quality accommodation. So by referring to the research framework, we have used this to give as the guide for us to focus when we're doing on a scope of our studies in our research.
I'm continuing research hypothesis. The meaning of hypothesis is a specific, clear, and testable proportion or predictive statement about the possible outcome of a research study based on a particular property of a population, such as a presumed difference between group and a particular variable or relationship between a variable. The hypothesis of this research is, first, there is a significant relationship between safety measure and performance of hotel management. Second, there is a significant relationship between customer satisfaction and hotel management performance in COVID-19 pandemic. Third, there is a significant relationship between quality accommodation and performance of hotel management before and after COVID-19.
So I would like to continue with my part, which is the research design. So in our tourism industry sustainability during COVID-19 in the perspective of performance of hotel management, we have used the quantitative methods, which are highlighted on the neutral measurements that are statistical or numerical analysis of data that collected through the questionnaires of survey. So the questionnaire will consist of the demography data, geography data, and also the perception questions towards the customer satisfaction with the interval scaling from 1 to 5 that related to the tourism industry sustainability during COVID-19 in the perspective of the performance of hotel management. The questionnaire will be contributed to the all Malaysian students to fill the data for the research purpose.
Next, I will be continued by data collection methods. To practice of gathering, measuring, and evaluating correct insights for research using established approved procedures is referred as a data collection. So data collection divided into two ways, that is primary data and secondary data. So primary data, the questionnaire method is quantitative, that was explicitly acquired and compiled for the study topic. And the researchers use an online Google form for the survey. The second data we use is information that has previously been gathered from primary sources and made accessible to researchers for use in their own studies. The collect data from journals, articles, books, and the internet, which may then be evaluated. These are the examples that we collected the data from which we want to study about our topic in a research.
After collecting the data from the Google form, we have made a coding and we find the results through the SPSS system. So after this will be our findings of our research. So first of all will be on our descriptive analysis. As we can see, we use the data from the demographic section for our descriptive analysis. In overall, the majority with the highest frequency can be seen in the age group with from 18 to 23 years old. As for the gender is the female and the race will be the Indian. The marital status is those who are single. As for the occupation is the full-time students. And lastly, the persons who travel most is from the 1 to 3 times. Other than that, we can see the least frequency of people who have filled out our form is the respondents who are in above 28 years old, which is male, and the race are other races. As for the marital status is the divorce. As for the occupation is the part-time student. And lastly, the time of their travel is 4 to 6 times. So secondly, I'm going to explain on the descriptive statistics. As we can see from the table on the descriptive statistics, we can see the highest mean is a 3.9403, which is on the first independent variable, safety measures. So from here, it shows that most of the respondents are giving concern on our safety measures as the main factor of our topic. And the lowest value of the standard deviation in the safety measures also shows that they are close to the mean value. And the second lowest mean will be continued from the customer satisfaction and followed by the quality accommodation. The lowest mean is on the first dependent variable, which is the performance of hotel management. And this shows that they are lowest respondents who are agreed on this point. So that's all from this part.
So I would like to explain about my test, reliability test. So in our research, we have test and compare with the dependent variable, which is performance of the hotel management, with all the independent variable, which is the safety measures, quality accommodation, customer satisfaction, with n equals to 24, which means is we compare with the number of the items is 24. So we have distributed this questionnaire to the 120 respondents. The result were based on the Cronbach alpha, which is we received is 0.949. A total of alpha between 0.80 to 0.90 is should be a brilliant result. And so our Cronbach alpha is more than 0.7, which is recorded as 0.949, is showing a good scale of reliability and validity to our research. Second part, I want to move on the hypothesis testing. So the first hypothesis is the relationship between the safety measures and the performance of the hotel management. This is because the Pearson correlation is recorded as 0.613. It is accepted. So the second hypothesis is the relationship between the customer satisfaction and the performance of hotel management is accepted. This is because the Pearson correlation code is recorded as 0.607. The third hypothesis is the relationship between the quality accommodation and the performance of the hotel management is accepted. This also because of the Pearson correlation, which is recorded as 0.604. 0.604. That's all for hypothesis testing.
Continuing the t-test. So there is no significance between male and female for performance of hotel management and no performance of hotel management in COVID-19 pandemic. Performance of hotel management for male is the mean is 3.8772 and the standard deviation is 0.97698. And for female, the mean is 3.7398 and the standard deviation is 0.8866. Condition. The T is 118 equals to 0.764 and the alpha is equals to 0.446. Thus, we accept the hypothesis. That's why there is no significance between the female and the male. So next, I'm going to continue ANOVA. There is a significant effect on customer satisfaction at 0.05, level of tree contribution condition F2117 equals to 5.978, the P equals to 0.003. Post-hoc comparison using the 2K HSD test indicate that the mean of customer satisfaction age 18 to 23 is mean is equals to 3.69 and the standard deviation is 0.08, was significantly different than above 28. Mean equals to 4.33 and the standard deviation equals to 0.64. However, the age 24 to 28, the mean is 4.00 and the standard deviation is 0.84. This significantly different from the age of 20 to 23 and above of 28. That's all for ANOVA.
The next slide will be simple correlation. The Pearson correlation coefficient analysis is used to examine the correlation relationship of the dependent variable and independent variable in this research. A Pearson's correlation metric will provide this information, which it will be indicate the direction, strength, and significance of the bioavailable relationship of all the variables in this study. According to the data above, a Pearson product movement correlation coefficient was computed to assess the relationship between the amount of performance of hotel management and safety measures. There was a positive correlation between the two variables, which is R equals to 0.613 and N equals to 0.000. A scatter plot summarized the results. Overall, there was a positive correlation between the performance of hotel management and safety measures. The next slide will be multiple regression. In order to analyze all the data collected, researchers had to use multiple linear regression. This is because multiple linear regression is the only appropriate tool to use, resulting the reliability of the data and valid reason. These multiple linear regression tools help the researchers to minimize the time. According to the table above, the overall predictability of the model summary is shown in the table above. The adjusted R-square value of 0.461 indicates that our research contribute about 0.475% to the model summary, which has a weak correlation, because if R-square value is 0.3, between 0.5 is considered low or weak correlation. The next slide will be conclusion. This study was conducted to measure the tourism sustainability during COVID-19 in the perspective of performance of hotel management. The measurement scale used in this study met the acceptable standard of validity and reliability analysis. The outcomes of multiple regression analysis showed three important findings. Firstly, safety measures did act as an important determinant of performance of hotel management. This result has also supported tourism sustainability during COVID-19 in the perspective of performance of hotel management. Secondly, customer satisfaction also supported our research topic. The third is quality accommodation did act to important determinant of this topic. This result has also supported performance of hotel management. The next slide. Okay, the next slide is recommendation. Researchers in the future can focus more than 120 respondents to get a better findings in the future. In this research paper, we choose performance of hotel management, safety measures, customer satisfaction, and quality accommodation. I hope the future researchers should choose a new other variable in their research. Furthermore, future researchers may wish to take some relevant trainings or specialize in order to gain a better understanding of the task before conducting a survey. Researchers can quickly obtain knowledge and think carefully before conducting future research by strengthening their skill. That's all from us, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.